Tēnā koutou katoa, everyone, and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. I'm your host, Mucky Hope, and we've got a special for today. We've got a special chat, special catch-up. I don't even know when was the last time we even did something, just you and Ivy. You know, I feel like it used to be all the time.
Years.
And now it's like you're doing your own thing. Now I'm doing my own thing. Sometimes we'll cross paths of, one or the other three. But the last time we probably sat down and chat was for when Australia vs. the World came out. Like the first promo.
Yeah,
Crazy,
probably.
right?
Crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, in case you didn't know, I'm joined by my favorite co-host, my favorite person, one of my favorite people in general. It's the amazing V. How are you?
I'm good. Did that come across just as... Yeah, I'm good. I'm keen for Traitors to be back in Australia. What?
Crazy. Who would have thought?
Yes, very exciting.
I mean, I'm surprised it's taken them this long to renew Traitors because nobody won anything at the end of the last one. So
exactly,
yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, this show, it's kind of niche. People don't really," and then across the world, Traitors explosion.
Yeah, because I think Traitors Ireland has now come out. Traitors South Africa is still in the mix. You get what I mean? Like so many new countries are adopting Traitors. Traitors New Zealand has even been renewed. Woohoo!
People love murder. People love murder.
Murder. Sorry, murder. It's not the American one, so I can't put up my Scottish accent. I'm from Scotland, I can't do that. We've got to wait till January next year for my Scottish accent to come out. But yeah, Traitors Australia is coming back. There's like a whole bunch of stuff coming out, like Traitors, Big Brother, new season of Australian Survivor. How are you finding all these shows to be? Are you excited for Channel 10's huge push after they've been set back a wee bit?
I am cautiously optimistic. I think the Traitors should slip right in quite well. I have concerns about the new season of Big Brother. I think we've talked about my concerns. If they continue to adopt more of the US strategic gameplay, I'm all on board. If it's just Love Island but in a house, that we've got enough of that sort of thing. So I'm going to watch an episode or two of Big Brother Australia before I get really excited. And if it's anything like a couple of seasons that they've done where they have adopted that really strategic gameplay, then I'll be excited. But if it's just, oh my God, they're hooking up under the sheets. Oh my gosh, the cameras are there, guys. Then no, I'm done.
Yeah. No, I feel like that's more for a niche kind of audience. You get what I mean? And, I know that sometimes the US, even though I don't really watch Big Brother, I have heard that that's sometimes what seasons is all about. It's all these different hookups and stuff like that. It's not really my cup of tea. But I'm really excited, though, because I feel like just before Australia vs. the World, Channel 10 was in a huge dump, huge low, right? Because obviously with the news coming out about JLP, him being sacked and then David being the new host, even though I'm excited for David to be the new host, a lot of people were wanting to cancel Australian Survivor. They wanted to boycott the new season just because JLP is sacked. I was like, oh, things aren't looking too great. But, use of Australian Survivor facts and we went over the rumored cast for the next season and, it's a pretty good cast. Overall, it seems promising. And now with this, all-star Celebrity Australia's, Traitors coming out, and obviously with Big Brother coming out, even though it's newbies, maybe there's some potential there. Maybe bring back celebrities for that. But I feel like Channel 10 is starting to go on the high again.
Well, they seem to be just doing a real big push on finding those sure things and not really focusing on the new things, or maybe that's just my algorithm. But, I think there was a lot of hate and concern over the JLP decision. I think people saw a network that was floundering. I think this is all part of their big push. I still don't understand why the JLP decision happened and how that could possibly be a benefit to Channel 10. But I don't think it's the death knell that people thought it was. I don't think it's a desperate scramble. I think it's just a shakeup that was perhaps not needed. But we've talked about that lots anyway. And it seems like they're just doing a big push into their Sure Thing sort of lineup.
Yeah. And, I have to get my shots in, right? But can I just say, everyone is so excited to see these players coming back from other shows, even across networks as well. You don't have Jeff Probst bloody pulling a Suki over that some of the precious Survivor players are, doing other shows. And like Kirby, huge star, Australia versus the world and stuff. Yeah. And I know that now Channel 10 owns the Traitors and stuff, but if this was America, Jeff would be like, we never want to see Kirby come back and play again, would have put on the blacklist, which I think is just stupid.
Okay, Mucky, but look, I know you don't like the guy. Okay.
No, I have to get my shots in. I do.
I know, but I do feel like Jeff Probst has started to walk back some of his stringent condemnation of those that do other shows, because I think he's realized that that's just how the game is played, and he's sort of starting to soften a little bit. But you've got to understand, it's essentially
except for Carolyn.
Look, he's essentially a talent scout, right?
Yeah.
And then when all his talent goes on to do other things without him getting, look, you can understand his position, but it is unrealistic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's quickly introduce some of the people in the chat. We've got Blood Money 47. Welcome to live. I know some of Ferris is crashing out hard. Yeah. Why hasn't Ferris come back? This is Kirby's third time playing and no Ferris. That is pretty spewing. But Logan or even Zara would be upset or crashing out when found out AJ got casted for Traitors. Well, maybe there is something that we'll talk about once we do get towards AJ. The Vault, welcome back, man. Bang, let's go. Muck Show has so much potential. Glad it's back. All we're waiting is just $1 Million Island 2, bro. Like, surely you are going to be the host of it, brother. We need you out there. And a comment here from Tears. Oh my God, no, Jeff had it out for Carolyn for doing trades. 100% agree. Lol. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I made a whole video, even Tears, just about that. It's called Why Jeff Probst Needs to Be Sacked. You should check it out. Still one of the greatest things I've ever done. Was it David Gannett would love to do Traitors. I would rather have him do the US Traitors. Yeah, I feel like he would be really good, especially on US Traitors. Obviously, he smashed out Deal or No Deal Island, and I feel like with how they cast the US, no one would probably know who David even is. So kind of like Australia versus the world, it gets taken out because of his reputation. And in the US, they might not even know who he is. So he might actually have a genuine shot at making it really fast. So yeah, I agree. And Ireland didn't get the call to do Traitors, which is a shame. They could have brought someone from the Challenge Australia. Did you watch the Challenge?
I have not. No.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the Challenge. All I know is that Brooke and John from Survivor were on it, and that it did so shit that they cancelled it after that one season, which is pretty sad. And Mucky, I've watched Traitors Ireland and Traitors UK Celebrity Edition. Oh, good for you, bro.
Is that just bragging?
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at me, I'm watching all these Traitors. I haven't seen either of those yet. I've yet to check out the Celebrity Edition, but I've heard phenomenal things about it. But make sure you check out Traitors New Zealand, though. It's really good. Sam Smith, who's often our host for Traitors, is on the first season as well. And wow, great
fabulous
game. Yeah. And Mucky, you have more connections than me now. Get me back out there. Maybe, bro. Maybe. Depends how nice to me you are, Mr. Vault. And it got cancelled after one season, lol. Well, shall we just start talking about the people? I guess
let's get into it.
On the Traitors. Now, I will admit, I personally don't know a lot of people, just mostly the Survivor people, one person from the Idol, and, we're currently watching the new host on The Amazing Race as well. So let's get cracking.
If we want to start with the Gretel of it all, I am so excited to see the resurgence of Gretel. She was such a mainstay of culture in the 2000s in Australia. She was one of the most recognizable people in the country, and she was so quick on her feet and so clever for Big Brother. Big Brother was Gretel, and to see her and I could go on my rant on women over 40 in the thanks TJ, main stain is now my new favorite term, thank you. If I could go on my rant about women over 40 in the media and the erasure of women over 40, I feel like the traitors and the traitors hosts have sort of made that resurgent of women over 40 being a prominent feature in media again. So I'm excited to see Gretel come back. I'm overjoyed.
Yeah. And coming here from Tiz as well. 5-year-old me watching Friday Night Live. Yeah. Great choice and woman host, period. And coming here from the Vault, Gretel gave birth to Australian TV. She's great. Now, I personally don't know. I don't know Gretel that much. I only know her from the Amazing Race celebrity that we're watching now. And how funny would it be if, like, it's her daughter, right, that she's with on the Amazing Race, if they were, like, hosting the Traitors together. All the arguing, the bickering and stuff like that, I feel like would be great.
I'm even curious as if this hints towards a Amazing Race win for Gretel.
Maybe.
Hot off the trails of an Amazing Race win, the Traitors. I don't know how long ago Amazing Race was filmed. Someone could probably tell me, but that it's got me curious. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, and so far, everything I've seen from The Amazing Race, I really like Gretel as well. She's very entertaining. You know, I always enjoy seeing her on screen. And obviously, you know, we've talked enough about this with David, but sometimes being a player is quite different to being the host. But as you've said, she's done a lot of great stuff being the host of Big Brother in Australia and stuff. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to see where things turn out for her. So let me just exit out here. And then we go straight back onto Channel 10. It's still showing. There we go. All right, let's talk about the cast.
Okay, look, I just so everyone knows, I haven't seen. I deliberately didn't look at the cast, so I could be surprised. Dicko. Okay, so alongside Big Brother in Australia was the phenomenon that was Australian Idol. Those two owned Australian competition reality TV. Dicko, another mainstay. He was the mainstay of that. Yeah, that's fabulous. I haven't seen him since then. I'm excited to see him back on the screen. That's great. That's really cheered me up.
Yeah, like my only experience of Dicko is actually he hosted a Survivor season. He hosted Celebrity Australian Survivor, where ironically, similar to Australia Vista World, 12-person cast, 2 tribes of 6, where one tribe was all men and one girl, and the other tribe was all girls and one guy. It was, you know, all right, pretty weird. And yeah, he hosted it, and I thought he was a all right host. He got me trying to banter a lot with the cast. I felt like they weren't really, you know, recipient of the banter at times, but yeah, I thought he did a great job. It's like, oh, I like him, but I do like JLB a little bit more.
Well, I think Dicko will get into the fantasy of it all, and I think the best contestants of the Traitors lean into the pretend. You know, lean into the drama and the fantasy. And I feel like Dicko's going to be one of a perfect personality to do that.
Yeah. And just something
look, and where's Mark Holden and his touchdowns? Yes. You won't get that, Mucky. But no, yes, exactly. It's been probably 20 years since we've had a Mark Holden touchdown, you know?
Yeah.
It's Australians talking. Don't worry, Mucky.
Yeah, I'm not a real Australian. I'm just over the ditch. We mean nothing to you guys. But just something before I do continue with the cast is how exciting that it's a celebrity cast. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's one of the biggest praises for American Traitors is that it feels epic. You have Rob, Tony, Jimmy, Carolyn, Danielle, and Brittany from Big Brother. You know, you had Dan Giesling come back out of retirement. You had Phaedra Parks as well. Like, there's so many.
Seeing Dan again was so exciting. I think that it's a good place, regardless, for Channel 10 to start the revamp of this franchise is with a celebrity, but it gets bums on seats. It's really easy. I think also everyone is excited for celebrity editions because I personally feel like these reality TV competitors have become like our favorite sports stars. So it's like getting to watch our favorite sports stars play a match. And yes, you have, your regular celebrities, but getting to see your Dan come out of retirement and your Robs and everything like that. It's like seeing your favorite sporting stars have another go on the field. And it's really because these people have had such a history of these shows. So it's a good place to start. I think there's a really big audience for it. I do love a normie season and I think the best shows are the ones that get that balance right. I feel like US Survivor has previously done a good balance of returning and non-returning players. It's been a little bit light on recently, but I think this is an excellent place for Channel 10 to start.
Yeah. And I think as well that like something that you mentioned in terms of like all these stars coming out of retirement, all of our favorite reality TV players are like, going into retirement or already in retirement, right? And you need your seasons like Australia versus the World, a very short season to sort of bring these players who like come back out and play. Yes, it might not be real Survivor, but these players don't want to starve and struggle on an island, and even these shows like Traitors, which is in a house, you get fed properly and stuff, you're treated really nice. The only doubt is that you're just paranoid 24/7, and so
it's just a mental load.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the one thing I've heard from so many people, especially in Traitors New Zealand, is that this show messes you up because obviously it's a 24/7 game. It's not like Survivor where you can like take a break or anything. If you slip up, like at night when you're trying to have this whole amazing cover in the day, that could be the difference between you staying and you getting voted out.
Absolutely.
Like, it just goes by just that quickly, and coming in from the vote, definitely was smart of them to re-trigger it with celebrities. Maybe if it goes well, they'll try normally season. Even just like half and half, you get what I mean?
Fans versus favorites, those sort of seasons go really well as well. I think there's the Traitors has a large scope for that. And I think it is an accessible format for celebrities because unlike Celebrity Big Brother or something like that, they don't have a camera on them 24/7. They probably are able to have contact with their families, unlike a lot of shows. There's no physical deprivation that they have to deal with. They can look nice all the time, which is also very important to a lot of celebrities' brands. So it's a good sort of entry point for a lot of celebrities.
Yeah, and here we go. Canada Traitors 2 had a mix of celebs and normal people.
Yeah. I think a fans versus favorites is always good.
Yeah, 100%. Or even like Australian Survivor did it as well. It was like champions versus contenders.
Yeah.
Your tribe of like your sports stars and stuff, and then a tribe of your regular people, even though on the contenders you still had like AFL players. You had Meghan Markle's husband, you know what I mean? You had a pro wrestler, And Alan,
Meghan Markle's husband is Prince Harry.
Oh no, not Meghan Markle. Wait,
that's kind of the whole point of Meghan Markle.
Hang on, let me just search up real quick. Sean Hampson's
Hi,
wife.
Alan. Traitors Australia's never had a normie. I reckon the first one. I haven't watched it in its entirety, but I think the first one was normies because I knew someone who was on it, and he was certainly not a celebrity. So they've at least had one.
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
It's Megan Gale as well.
Megan Gale, right? Yeah.
Megan Gale, yeah,
not the Meghan supermodel. Markle.
Yeah. Supermodel, sorry. Yeah, and they were both normalies, but you had Luke from the first season of the second season of Australian Survivor on as well. But let's move on to our next player. We've got Reese Nicholson.
Reese.
Oh, Reese. Sorry, my bad. Reese. All right,
I thought he was from New Zealand, to be honest. I thought he was. Am I crazy? Anyway, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. He is a fabulous comedian, presenter. Again, will lean into the fantasy, the pretend, the storytelling of it. That's fabulous. Yeah, he's going to be terrific.
Yeah, something I have been wanting to see for a while, and I've even mentioned for Traitors New Zealand as well, is you got to get your comedians and getting your content creators like Bruce Gang, Jimmy Jackson, even get Guy Williams, Jono and Ben as well, because these people like to make people laugh, you know what I mean? And that's ultimately, end of the day, with these TV shows, that you want to be entertained by it, right? And
yes.
And also hear from Alan. He is from New Zealand, but I think is always on TV here. I mean, same thing with Kat. She was from Melbourne. She grew up there. She's a Kiwi. played Traitors New Zealand. I believe she's in Wellington or something, and then now she's up in Australian Survivor.
We just
New
sort
Zealanders
of
are finally
swap
getting
back
on
and
shows.
forth, just swapping back and forth.
Yeah, just
It's
wait till
not
next
that long
season.
a plane ride.
Next season, both of us are going to be on there, right, V?
Which one, Survivor or the Traitors?
Traitors.
I'll do Traitors. I won't do Survivor.
Yeah, if I'm a traitor, I'll make sure to murder you first, just to laugh at you about it.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, and I would hope you do the same for me as well.
Of course.
Of
In the
course.
Traitors as well, yes.
Yeah. No, I mean on Survivor, you gotta actually murder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next contestant. We've got Kirby.
Oh well.
Whoa!
There you go. I'll let
Kirby
you
from
speak to this one,
Australian
Mucky.
Survivor. Yeah, so Kirby, she was on Titans vs Rebels as a rebel, and what a rebel she was. Arguably the player of the season. She comes on to Australia vs the World, and I'm willing to even argue again, the player of the season for Australia vs the World. Like I'm rewatching it
Gone too soon.
with with my best mate at the moment, and we've just finished the pre-merge, and I'm like, Kirby ran the Australian tribe. She came in not knowing who anyone was except for Luke. She came in not seeing anyone's previous game, so she doesn't know the reputations everyone has, and she's still the one in control. She took out the Golden God at Tribal. She then, flips straight back. She takes out George, you know what I mean? And when people start throwing her under the bus, everyone runs to her to try and save her.
And it was only Parvati that could take her down. It was only Parvati that could take her down. That's the only person.
Something that Kahuna said which really made me laugh because we watched the grand final together was like Kirby's jury question at the end. It's like, hey, can we are we still friends? Can we stop? Please, that was their friends. But yeah, I love Kirby, and this is 2024 Survivor, 2025 Survivor. Now she's doing the Traitors. What's next for Kirby, V?
I wouldn't be surprised by a win on the Traitors, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because she, exactly. Heartbroken by Parvati.
Hearts.
She is the GOAT. It's like when you put Boston Rob on, that would be only her downfall, that people were frightened of her. But, I could see a Traitors win for her.
Yeah, I mean, even Cerise said that, while Australians scare me, Kirby scares me even more.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see Kirby come in and play. And I think she's going to do really well. Socially, she's great. There's an aura or there's something magnetic about it that just draws it. You just want to talk with Kirby, hang out with Kirby and stuff. And we saw that with all these all-star players, especially the best around the world, all want to go and
just
and do
fawning
that.
over her. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's inherently a gamer. She comes off so non-threatening to these non-gamers. She's going to dog walk them. Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
I'll have to go in about 10 minutes because of a race. Thank you, Template, for allowing me to watch on New South Wales time. Yeah, well, don't forget, guys, we are covering the Amazing Race Australia. V's doing a phenomenal job.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday nights, and sometimes me. Sometimes I show up, sometimes I don't. And I love her analytical approach to situations. Will be interesting.
Yes.
Well, from what you've seen, V, what do you think Kirby will do better as, a traitor or a faithful?
Oh, see, I think she would make a diabolical traitor because she's got a little bit of the Cerise sort of smiling assassin. I'm your mate. Yeah, no, cool. Yeah, we're mates. Just sort of unassuming kind of, no worries. Yep, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the theatrics of this game, I think she would play it really, really internalized and just playing it very cool and be like, no, that's cool. We're mates. And then murdered, so I think she'd be such a cool traitor. And I think, you sort of get a sense of what sort of personalities get picked to be a traitor. And I feel like Kirby might get picked. From the get-go.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I would hope she gets picked as well because I'm trying to imagine her game as a faithful. And it's kind of similar with Boston Rob being on the Traitors, right? Where originally I thought he was going to be a faithful. He was going to be the big alpha faithful, similar to Utah and Traitors New Zealand. He's trying to rally everyone. altogether. But I'm like, but I just can't see that happening. Like, I think Kirby, similar to Boston Rob, only works as a trader because they're so good playing aggressively and defensively. And so I'd love to see Kirby come in and just dominate the game. Hopefully it's her time. And then what? Next year it's the Amazing Race, 2027 Amazing Race.
Yeah.
And then what? Yeah, then 2028 Big Brother, 2029 The Voice. Like, we're starting to run out of shows for Kirby, guys.
Yeah, and she can write a book in there. You know, we all read a book by her, so you know,
I actually would though. Like,
I would too.
I got George's, like, I got his novel just to piss off my grandparents because they really don't like George. So I thought it would be a phenomenal Christmas gift, and I got to read it after them. But like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need to read this book. But not Parvati. If Kirby made a book, I would definitely be like, yes, no, I need to buy that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways,
moving on.
To Josh and Luke Peckham from Love Island and the Block.
These fucking guys. Oh my god. I didn't even know they were on Love Island. I know them from the Block.
All right, who are these people?
These fucking guys. So they were on the Block, the home renovation show. Just very sure of their decorating abilities or their abilities in general, but absolute shit fights and just a real cocky, blokey attitude that is not cute. But I kind of dig them. I'm really excited to see them again. Maybe they were potentially on Love Island before the Block. I think the Block was like, they're from Love Island. I don't know. I don't watch Love Island, but I remember their time on the Block and their big idea to have a bath outside on the balcony of their main bedroom. And it was an absolute nightmare for them with building codes and everything, but they were adamant and it was terrible. And Ellen, Ellen! Oh my God, I hated them. That's such a deep cut from the Block. Like, that was years ago. That's incredible. Oh my God.
Yeah. And so the flog's fantastic.
What's a flog? What's a flog?
I assume it's some kind of insult. If it's a vault, it's definitely an insult. Let me just.
I think
flogs meaning
they've got the pretty boy kind of. I'm a wanker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's literally what the Google like definition was. It was just a wanker.
Oh, that's going to be fabulous. Yeah. I think they'll probably be, if they're not together, but they'll be 1 and 2 to go at the start. They'll get murdered. They'll be easily murdered. Just.
Well, do you think that one of them could be a traitor then? Because I know that
who knows? Not a good one. Not a good one. Bless them.
Not a good one.
Oh, God. Wankers and good. That's the thing. I never want to just completely flame anyone because, we're always reaching out to people. But God bless them. Yeah. They competed on the Block back in 2021. I reckon that might have been one of the first seasons I watched of the Block. Look, I don't strike them as particularly strategic. Look, they did okay on the Block. No one gets eliminated from the Block. That's not how it's structured. Every team goes through to the end. They didn't win, but I can't remember how they did.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine like a bathtub outside of the balcony of like a bedroom. It's like, I just don't see it.
It's not even on a balcony, just an outside area of a bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I remember it being just a giant thing, and they wouldn't be told that they were wrong. It was, but you know what? Look, Dylan Efron from US Traders.
Yeah.
I would have put him as the first boot as well. So maybe these boys will surprise me.
Yeah. And hey, like Traders needs like the chaotic energy. Like obviously, we know Mark from Traders New Zealand as well, which I think is one of the greatest characters to ever play the game of Traders. I think his the biggest move he made. Like I guess I'll quickly talk about it, then I'll move on. But essentially, he was such a bad faithful that everyone knew he wasn't a trader because he was just naturally so shit. And he was trying at the game. He's a very intelligent man. But we even interviewed him. Unfortunately, the interview never got really sadly. I still don't even know why to this day. But anyways, he talked about how he would...
Wasn't on our channel.
Yeah, it wasn't on this channel. It was what the previous channel we're on. But like, literally, he intentionally was trying to be like an asshole to everyone just because he knew that no one really liked him. And what happened is that there was an opportunity between him and this other person to become a traitor, and they had to make like a pitch as to why there should be a traitor. But something that Mark did throughout the season was he took down notes on everyone. He would have a conversation with you and be writing down notes about you while he's talking to you. Like, as a great guy, great character. And he figured out who the last traitor was, slipped that note to the most influential person in the manor, and then told that traitor during the recruitment thing that I've just given all the information about you being a traitor to the most influential person on the house. And if you don't make me a traitor tonight, then you will be voted out next. And obviously that's quite a dangerous threat. He was accepted on being a traitor. But, when he was asked, hey, Mark, do you want to be a traitor? He said no. So he pretty much murdered himself by default, and then the other person became a traitor. And what happens? The person who was choosing who to be a traitor was one who got voted out next. So, yeah, the biggest move ever. But, like, sometimes you need assholes and, as the Vault put it, wankers, to try and make things even more interesting, right? So I'm very excited to potentially see what these guys could potentially pull off.
Yeah, but that was, I don't want to bring up intelligence, but that was Mark was a little bit more cerebral than these guys. But I have just been doing some quick research. Josh actually won Love Island Australia before he did the block. I don't know what that means because I've never watched Love Island. If you win, I didn't realize there was a winner. I thought it was.
What do you mean it wasn't a winner?
Like Love Island, I thought it was just
isn't it the couple that wins or something like that, or who makes it to the end?
What do they win? They get to have sex? Is that what they win? Like, I thought it was just a dating show. I didn't I looked at it, it's like he was the winner. It's like,
yeah.
What do you win?
Here we go. Society loses.
What? So I'm fascinated that there is a winner to that show. Holy shit! They were like, oh, sorry, I took it down. Yeah, they were like 25K. Man, why aren't we applying for that show? Sex. Not that together, but like...
No.
You could take your clothes off and go sit in the villa somewhere, surely.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
It'd have to be on separate seasons because that would be weird, but
Yeah. Well, just some comments here from Tez saying that Dylan Efron was a Survivor superfan, though. And Dylan is on Dancing with the Stars at the moment, and I know eye candy is...
These guys will be the eye candy, but if it's anything like the US traders, it'll be the middle of winter. But they're very cute, so I guess that's something. One couple can decide to share 50K or take it solo and bail on their partner. Okay.
Damn, that's pretty crazy. We're learning new stuff.
So
about a new show.
He won with Josh and Anna McAvoy. So does that mean is it like Married at First Sight where they are forced to be a couple? Is that?
I think you
I'm intrigued.
Couples, and I think you can mix couples. I don't know. I watched 2 episodes just to kind of understand what some of my coworkers were talking about. But I was like, no, but I just don't get it. I'm sorry, so I just gave up.
Fascinating.
If I'm going to watch Australian Survivor, then I'm not going to watch Love Island. Easy as that. But let's move on. We've got Cosmo DeVito.
Again, 2000s Australian Idol contestant, huge deal when Australian Idol was a huge deal. So I think she would have competed for 2003, 2004 or something like that. You're lucky that I'm over 40, Mucky, so that I can remember who these people are. But yeah, by the by, incredible voice. Released, I believe, a solo album. Stunning singer. I believe she had to pull out because of vocal strain, and so she was sort of the contender to win, but then couldn't complete the season. It'll be interesting having her and Dicko on the same season, whether that means they'll form some sort of partnership, considering they do have this history that goes back probably close to 25 years. So, yeah, that's cool to see her back on TV. That's cool.
Yeah, and what do you reckon? Traitor or faithful?
Oh, look, I think it's really hard to tell with her. We haven't seen her on Australian screens in anything other than Australian Idol, where she was very much herself, young, bubbly, young woman. Who knows how she could completely flame out or be a mastermind. You just don't know. There's really no history that tells us how she would possibly play this game. I'd like to see her do quite well, but she could be out first. It's really hard to tell. Oh,
yeah,
she's just the filler. Possibly. I mean, I don't know if many people would remember her, considering it would have been around 2003 or something. So like I remember watching her season like straight out of high school. So it's. Oh, okay. Ellen says, I swear she was on that could be right. It seems like something she would do. I have absolutely no recollection of any news on how she did. If anyone knows. But yeah, I couldn't tell you how she'd do. Yeah. Hope she sings something though. But she won't, because that would be weird.
Singing challenge. We need a Tom Sandoval singing challenge. Because singing something backwards. Why isn't Tom Sandoval here?
Can he just be in every single season of every single TV show ever? No one was having more fun than Tom Sandoval. He was having the best time.
Yeah, if he ever does New Era Survivor, I will watch and be as positive as I can about the show up until he gets voted out. I'll not say a single bad thing about that season until
it's interesting when we're talking about those guys from the block. I can't even remember their names, the guys from the block that we're talking about just before. But maybe they'll be the Tom Sandoval of the series, and they'll just be joyous and having a great time. And I'll just be like, never let them get murdered because they're adorable. So
you've got W1 and W2.
Thing 1 and thing 2, maybe.
Yeah,
that's what we can call.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to the next one, eh? We've got Rachel Everin, Love Island.
Now you've lost me.
Yeah.
No idea who that is, but I have only just recently learned there are winners to Love Island, so that's as far as my. But again, maybe she knows the boys. Were they on the same season? I don't know. I'll ask ChatGPT.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I actually because with my friends who watch Love Island, because there was like a rumored cast that came out, and I screenshotted it and I sent it to them, and I was like, "Can you guys tell me anything about these Love Island people?" And literally both of them were like, "Oh, we don't watch Love Island Australia." It's like, well, the one time I needed you.
Well, she was in season 3, which would have been probably around 2020, I'm assuming. I don't know. She's pretty.
Yeah, she's on like 20 years ago.
Yes, it was season 3. There you go.
Love Island is the one reality show I don't watch. Yeah, no, fair enough, Ellen.
Is it worth watching? Is that what I'm learning? She's fit. Was she? Yes. Is Love Island worth watching? I mean, I watched Married at First Sight, so I'm not opposed to eating garbage.
No.
We both clicked at the same time. No.
Yeah.
But then again, people would say no to maths as well, so.
True, yeah. I mean, the thing for me about maths is just that, like, for me, it's just so obvious that they pair couples up just for drama. And it's like, how shit would it be? You actually go on to find the love of your life and you get paired up with someone who, like, just to be made for TV. You get what I mean? Like, I'd find it so sad. And so that's why I personally don't like it, but I also understand it, because how else can you make so much juicy drama if everyone's just perfect for each other, right? So I do. It
is playing with people's brains for fun. That is
exactly,
really...
and it's not worth watching. I don't watch maths and bloody maths. See, like the fans of Mucky Productions don't like maths either, V.
Well, that sucks, because I was kind of tempted to do a maths show next year. But it'll probably interfere with Australian Survivor. So
everything's coming out at the same time. Like, you know, we've got season 50.
there's always
Maths, and
Australian Survivor. When is there not Australian Survivor on?
Australian Survivor is always in February. For the one time it was, you know, August, and then season 50 is going to be on in February. Who knows when this is going to come out? Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight. I mean, just so much TV to watch. So maybe my grand plan of doing a Married at First Sight eating trash recap.
Yeah. Oh, Squid Game America, January. Oh my gosh.
No. There's just so much TV to watch.
At this point, we're going to have like every single day as a brand new live for a different show.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be a lot of fun. But, you know, let's move on, eh? So
who's
we've got Claudia Bonifazio from Love Island. Yeah.
Sure.
Nothing.
Lovely.
We've got nothing. Yeah. I mean, she looks nice. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'll find out what season she was on if she knows that. Wait a minute. Go back.
Oh, go back.
Oh, Rob. What was it? I should have maybe done this. It's just a hard...
Imagine being in the final 50 out of 70,000 applicants and then being told I'm going to find you a match, Mucky.
She was on season 4, so they weren't even on the same Love Island. Like, they weren't. But also, I do want to say though, no, I love Claudia. She is from Adelaide, South Australia, which is where I am sitting right now. So I think she's terrific.
All right, and look, we've got a bit of a sad story. That was a vault in 2020. Where he couldn't find. That's actually pretty fucking sad. I'm sorry, Vault. That's actually really depressing. But you know, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
Did that actually happen to you? Was that is that legit, Voltinator? That you actually were in the final 50 and then they said they couldn't find you a match?
Do you remember that young kid, that 25-year-old they put him in?
See, that's the thing that gets me about maths is that they've got these 24-year-olds that are like, I'm looking for love, I'll never find love. And I'm like...
Yeah, you're in your 20s, mate.
Walk into a bar and then you'll find love. Relax.
Yeah. Instead, what's his name? I forgot. He's like 25, 26. They put him in with a blonde.
Was it true love, Voltinator?
Yeah. And
was it true love that you could have had, Voltinator? Like, I'm fascinated by that story now. Claudia, love her. She's from Adelaide. I hope she wins.
Awesome. That's all we know, guys. And yeah, it's always.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, right, well, keep trying.
Then we've got Rob Farnham, musician, son of John Farnham.
That's his like defining feature. Look, I don't know of him as in his own right. John Farnham is basically the king of Australia. Long may he reign. So basically, this is the Prince of Australia, and I'm cheering him on based on that. His dad's not been well, so you know we have to protect that family at all costs.
Yeah, and how is Rob's music compared to John's music?
Haven't heard it, but John's music is the best music that has ever been written ever, and ever been performed ever in the history of the entire universe. So there's that's hard to live up to. So, you know, any Australian would agree with me that John Farnham is absolutely everything. So
yeah, no, because I've been looking into Lord of the Rings. Actually, I've been going on a whole like Lord of the Rings like marathon rewatch, and Tolkien's son, right, was obviously given all the rights and everything to Lord of the Rings stuff, like the novels, the books, and stuff like that. And I think he wrote his own novels and whatnot, which is actually way worse than what Lord of the Rings were. And even the guy who made The Rings of Power, he actually had an interview before the first season came out, and apparently his son came up to his dad right before they started filming and said, "Hey, Dad, please don't fuck this up." And he's like, "Son, I won't." And for any Rings of Power watchers in the audience or those who love Lord of the Rings, not good from the stuff. It's not good. It's like, how can you damage Lord of the Rings? That stuff's literally perfect. But yeah, so I was wondering if maybe there's like a similar situation going on, but hopefully not.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I love Voltinator said, you always
Yeah.
need that one or brother, like in the case of Dylan
Yeah.
Efron.
Yeah.
That's
Or
the
you had
I
what?
couldn't.
You had Sam, who was Britney Spears' ex.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It was pretty
you know.
forgetful. He showed up for one episode and then got murdered. So
Rob Farnham, no
yeah,
idea. I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe he'll be murdered first episode. Couldn't tell you.
who knows?
Who
We've
knows?
got Tully Smith from Big Brother.
Oh my gosh. Yes, this is very cool. Came back for like the Big Brother sort of all-stars, sort of celebrity fans versus favorites. What was it? 2023, I believe. And she was great. I think she'd play the game. I think she'd make a great trader. I think she could be an absolute just vicious crazy person if need be. So that could be very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Big Brother into the 2000s, it was all about Tully.
It's all about Tully. Oh, that's very exciting to hear. But not as exciting to hear that Volt's got a massive crush on her. Well, bro,
yeah,
they should marry the first right there.
There you go. Just go on Big Brother instead. Oh, dude, I was like, I haven't looked. And I'm like, oh, if you got Drew, and what's his face? The guy with the long curly hair, Tim. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Anyway.
Yeah. What's something iconic that Tully has done? Can you name like one move? Obviously with Dan Gizzing, you've got like the whole funeral stuff. Is with Tully, is there anything specific about her? Like what's something like give me
all I can remember is that she had like she came in she cried a lot. Yeah, she came into Big Brother with a girlfriend on the outside, but hooked up with Drew on the inside, and then like broke up the bromance between Drew and like all I can remember is that sort of parasocial memories from the early 2000s when Big Brother, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have a lot of social media, so Big Brother was where we watched just all this stuff play out, and it was just like they kissed, and that's what my memories are. I can't remember how she did in 2023. She was probably fine, but I'm so excited. It just, my 18-year-old heart goes pitter-patter when I see her. So that's exciting.
Oh, well, that is very exciting to hear. I can't wait to see what she'll bring to the table. We've got Alex Nation from The Bachelor.
I don't think I saw her on The Bachelor. I have watched a little bit of The Bachelor. She's not ringing the bell. So I can't really...
We're gonna comment like who? Yeah, I've got nothing on it. All I hope is that we get another Gabby. She was obviously from the Bachelor or Bachelorette.
See, that's the thing.
I still recall the amazing conversation with Jeremy, where she was like, "Oh, I was on The Bachelor," and he was like, "Oh, did you win?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm a lesbian now." That's great. I loved Gabby. Yeah.
Some of these people, like the Love Island people, even the twins, Alex, who knows what nonsense they can come up with. They might end. I couldn't have told you before the Traitors US that Tom Sandoval would be my one of my favorite characters, or Gabby, to that matter. You know, like what Vanderpump Rules and The Bachelor. I would have gone like, if we'd done this, I would have gone, I don't know him, I don't know him, and then they were amazing by the end of it. So she might be great. Who knows?
Yeah. And I think that's the most exciting things, like these players that we don't know anything about. You know what I mean? Sometimes it'll be a hit or a miss. Even Peter from Traitors US Season 2, right? The Bachelor guy. He was like one of the most strongest strategic players on the show. You get what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And so, and Alan here loved Alex on her Batchy. Well, Alan, if you have any free time, I know you're watching The Amazing Race right now, but like what's some stuff on Alex that you can share?
Yeah, I usually agree with Ellen on most things. So if Ellen likes her, I'll probably like her too.
Honestly, if you even dare to question Ellen, especially when it comes to The Amazing Race, you will get roasted, you know?
Friend of the show, Ellen.
Our dearest friend, Ellen. Well, just while Ellen is maybe thinking on Alex, let's quickly move on to the next.
Let's move on.
Oh, that's actually the end of the first slide.
What?
So there's a whole cast of just... No, I'm
just oh my God, I was going to say.
So we've got Gamel Brooks.
Look, I am I'm a Real Housewife tragic. I have not watched The Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Okay.
I've watched many others, just not of Melbourne. So I don't know her, but if she's a real housewife, we know what those housewives are like on the Traitors, so she could be formidable.
Here we go. So Alex, she was the winning lady on The Bachelor.
Oh yeah, that was before I watched it.
And she was very dramatic, but we love that for reality TV. Yeah, we do love being dramatic. If you're not dramatic, then don't even sign up, you know. Easy
Speaking of, I think Gamble here. I think she might be add the drama.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like we've yet to find a housewife that would top Phaedra. I feel like Phaedra's like so far the peak of Real Housewife.
Wait till we see Rinna for
Rinna, you reckon? For
yeah,
season 3?
Rinna's insane. That's gonna be fabulous.
Yeah. We still need to talk about that when
that
comes out. Yeah. Let's wait for a bit closer to the time and we can do something for Traitors US. We've got Kira Muggeray, also The Bachelor.
I'd say that's
Alan,
Maguire.
do you know? Oh yeah, it's probably Maguire. Sorry, my pronunciation is terrible, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, I said Mainstain, so you know you've said Mugaway.
No, I literally like while I was at work, I saw this cast come out, and I was like, "V, we got to do some kind of reaction." Got home, had to delay the podcast twice. One, just because there was no way I could have actually gone home and set everything up in time, and two, because I realized I stuffed up the time zones between New Zealand
I
and
stuffed
Adelaide.
it up, and I told you very, very confidently that there was 2 hours between us. That my confidence was your downfall.
Yeah, it's all your fault, these.
It's all my fault. Okay, Boltonator.
She was on the same season as Alex. We got a connection. Same season as Alex, and yeah, she's a mare. I think she really stuck up for herself from memory, but probably entertaining and probably even more chaotic. Well, that's very exciting. But she's chaotic and
perfect.
Stuck up, you know? Yeah.
Winner.
Great. Yeah, winner? You reckon she's going to win the show?
No. Well, you look, Gabby and Tom Sandoval. That's all I'm going to say.
True.
Wouldn't have had any interest in them.
Yeah, I feel like we've got to make like a perfect Traitors cast, and why is it just 12 Tom Sandovals and 12 Gabbies, you know? And then just your one Boston Robs, you know?
Yeah. Oh, right. Lordy.
Let's move on to Shane Gould, Australia's icon, Olympian, swimmer, and Australian survivor. And V, you haven't seen the older seasons of Australian Survivor, have you?
No. I know. I mean, the name Shane Gould is pretty famous around Australia, so I absolutely know who she is, but I haven't watched her in anything recent like this, like Survivor. So I'm excited to see her in this.
You'll be very pleased to know that she won Champions versus Contenders.
Yeah, I did know that.
She came back for All Stars and she developed a new strategy where she studied monkeys and how monkeys work, their instincts and stuff, their intelligence capabilities. And her whole plan was to treat players like how she wants to, I guess how monkeys treat each other, right? And there's a great scene where she's off idol hunting, straight away, like just right in front of people as well. And she's telling people to vote out this one guy by walking behind him and just pointing at him, like literally pointing to vote this guy out. But unfortunately, she was the first one voted out of Australian Survivor. Yeah. But Loki was probably a good thing because the next few challenges were all like physical wrestling challenges. Like, how on earth would Shane Gould do those? She would have been medically evacuated. You get what I mean?
Too classy for that.
Yeah, way too classy. But yeah, phenomenal winner. As you say here at Volt, phenomenal swimmer, gifted survivor winner. I recall even in her Survivor season, she hid the machete as well when her closest alliance member got blindsided. She's great. I love Shane, and I never thought we'd ever see Shane come and play a show again because obviously she's pretty up there. Winners at War for Australia. It's probably we're on to our 12th season now, so it's quite far away. Another 12 years potentially. Is Shane even going to be there? But yeah, I'm super excited to see Shane come back and play.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think she'll be a traitor or a faithful?
Oh, she would be an amazing traitor. She'd be so funny. Now, I haven't watched the entire season, but I know in the UK they have a traitor. Well, there's a bloke called Linda, who was quite old. She was a traitor. And she was quite clumsy, bubbly, jumpy, all that kind of stuff. Phenomenal TV. phenomenal TV. And I feel like it'll be the exact same thing as Shane, where it's like it's so obvious she's a traitor, but such funny TV along the way. You get what I mean? And I heard the just going and pitching the contestants as dogs and cats.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, super pumped to see Shane Gould come back. I'm pretty sure she's gonna I reckon that Shane is more talk than walk though. Yeah, like it was kind of fluke that she won her first season. I think everyone can agree that Shane probably deserved to win that season, but you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to how you manage the jury and your relationships with the jury. And Shane stuffed up. Well, I don't think she stuffed up, but I think how she pitched herself and some of her relationships caused her demise. But you know, that's a chat for another time. So yeah, let's move on to Henry. Oh my God, Henry!
He wasn't on your
baby
list.
is back. Huh?
Was he on your list that you put up?
My list? What list?
Yeah, didn't you put up a list of on Instagram of the Australian Survivor players when you were plugging this? Was he? Oh well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If not,
my powers
then,
of observation.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I love Henry. He's the best. He's the fake yoga instructor. He came into season 2V. You watched a few episodes season 2, didn't you?
I watched a little bit.
A little
bit.
Watching.
Yeah. I'm watching it. I promise. I'll get to it.
Hurry up, V. Oh my gosh, hurry up! Like this is the greatest season of Australian Survival of all time. He comes in.
Well, then I have seen him.
Yeah, he's lying about being like a yoga instructor. You know, he's there on the beach doing like all these Zen different moves, going. You know, he's roping everyone in, and then the second someone's like, "Nah, there's something weird about him." He turns the whole tribe against him like that. He's like throwing challenges as well to get this person voted out, rules the tribe, and then arguably one of the most questionable moves ever, where it was a non-elim where 2 people got voted out of one tribe, and his tribe had to decide on 2 people to swap with him. Henry, who's in full control with an idol in his pocket, he's like, "Yeah, I'll go." He jumps over, and then his whole alliance gets decimated while he's gone. Another favorite moment of him is that he comes in there in the merge and he steals jam with Luke and Jericho. They're like eating all the jam, and then when they wake up in the morning, they're like, "Who took the jam?" And Henry's like, "Oh, it's probably Annalise." And then everyone blames Annalise on her. She gets voted out that night.
Well, there you go.
Right? Yeah,
no, it'll be really exciting.
Yeah, and you know, he came back for All Stars, and like it was heartbreaking. V. So Henry is kind of like the David before David showed up, right? And Henry and David were like the top dogs, one on each tribe, and you could kind of tell the All Stars how the tribe formats were. Your game players tribe and like your athletes, your matchup tribes. You get what I mean? Obviously to fit the different Aussie sort of things. And he was on the matchup tribe. I think out of a tribe of 12, he was one of 5 like game players on there, and he just tried playing way too big, way too fast. He found an idol at tribal council and stuff, you know, so he was ready to swing big, but no one was just willing to go. Even the other game players didn't really want to work with them. So it's kind of like, who's he got? You get what I mean? But something that he did though, which I think was very creative, he knew he was going to get voted out, so he, you know, used the clue he had for the idols at tribal council, ripped off his jeans, make a fake idol. He dropped it right behind them at tribal as they came in. So right before the votes, you know, they went up to vote, he stood up and grabbed their idol. Because obviously it's the parchment that the idol's at tribal council, right? So in a quick move to try save himself, which almost worked. Almost, but yeah, no, I love Henry. He's so great. And Henry has changed occupation from yoga instructor to accountant. Oh, that's pretty exciting. And side note, tonight's episode of Amazing Race is really great, but is it not?
When is it not amazing? Exactly. No, I can't wait to catch up. Once Mucky lets me out of this prison, I'll be able to
you're not allowed to leave, V. We're talking about this.
He's going on and on about Australian Survivor. Save me, Ellen, please.
I love this. I just love Henry so much. Henry for me has always been the biggest.
I'm excited. Yes.
Like, what if, you get what I mean? Like, what if he makes it to swap? Then I feel like David doesn't have. Like, I feel like he still dominates, but Henry would give him a real run for his money. You know, it's just like a bad tribe for Henry. Like, I think if Henry and David swap tribes, the exact same thing happens to David as it did to Henry, right? And so, and Traitor or Faithful, I really want to see him as a trader. He'd be very like very devious, very cheeky. Like he'd be willing to turn on the other traders super quickly. Like I can see a scenario where it's like similar with like the Traitors Year Season 3, where you got 2 Survivor players, and 2 others. You can have like Henry, he's maybe trying to organize a move against Kirby. You get what I mean? Like he would be the one trader to turn on all the other traders. And so I can't wait to see Henry come in and play. And this is like Michelle trying to teach Mucky how to tie a tie. Like I just can't, Alan. I can't. Who knows? Maybe we'll have like a sequel to that for this coming podcast. And Henry is a good average player, nothing crazy, but tries. Like he's always willing to play hard, and he always swings big for the fences, even if he misses. Like I know some people have talked about in the past that Henry's game in season 2 shouldn't have worked, but somehow it did. But that's because he's out there swinging massive. He's trying really hard, and phenomenal player. I'm so excited to see him come back and play. Like I kind of felt like a lot of previous All-Star players might not be coming back, because you've got so many new seasons and stuff, especially Titans vs Rebels. But I feel like this cast did a great job pulling, like as you've talked about with like the old Australian idols and the older Big Brother players and stuff. Henry's like an old Australian Survivor player. Maybe a famous what if video could be, what if Henry, made it to merge? Is he on Australia vs. the World? I don't know, but anyways, let's move on to AJ.
Yes.
Your favorite poker player, V. So AJ was on Brains versus Brawn 2, the most recent. No, sorry, it's no longer the most recent Australian Survivor season. It was on earlier this year. Yeah, and AJ was a bit of a weird player, weird in a good way in terms of he was obviously really good at the game, but the edit was trying to make it look like he was not good at the game at all. The edit tried portraying that he was socially awkward around like Kate and Morgan, like, oh my gosh, pretty girl, oh, I'm a nerd, but somehow was controlling the entire merge tribe. Like 2 and 2 doesn't really make sense, right? And AJ, he was in full control of the merge all the way through, and he had a really interesting swap. He was able to get the likes of Paulie and Noonan to come on his side and stuff, and then he starts threatening hostages, where it's like, we've got hostages here, we're going to start throwing the challenges. And for the first time in Survivor history, both tribes are trying to throw the challenge, to vote out, either the Brawn or the Brains. And so, probably average trader, but good faithful, I reckon. I think AJ would be a really good trader, V, but I think very similar to Henry, AJ and Henry's problem would be, like we saw even in Brains vs. Brawn 2, people found him shady. Like Karen, like Logan, Zara and stuff, Laura, all these people found AJ really shady, and they just did not want to trust him. But every time they tried making a move on him, he was already like 4 steps ahead of them. You get what I mean? So, the only person that could take him out was his best mate, Kaylin, at the very end.
Sorry, I got distracted by a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Sounds great, Mucky.
Have you got any thoughts on AJ? Because obviously you watched the season.
No, I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him because he's one of those players that creates a story and creates a narrative, and that's exactly what we need to see on the Traitors. So he's a terrific Survivor player to go on it. And I don't know if I see him as a trader. But I'm really excited by this.
Yeah, I can see AJ being like the faithful, kind of like the Derek almost. We saw the most recent, the Big Brother player. How he's constantly trying to put all the pieces together and stuff. I can see him being really good at sort of like traitor hunting, if that makes sense. But if I had to pick 2 Survivor players, it would be Henry and Kirby. But most importantly, Kirby on being a trader. I feel like Kirby would just be amazing at it. So really excited to see AJ coming in this spot. I'm very curious to see how he's going to do with other celebrities as well, especially because on his season, him and Miles, but Miles didn't really have a lot of influence on the game. We're the only 2 playing like, the hardest, the biggest games. Obviously, Karen did a good job, but like, every time Karen was like, all right, I'm ready to take out AJ or Miles, they already had all these other alliances mapped out and stuff, so very interesting to see what AJ will bring in, and I'm personally very excited to see him on this game format.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah. Right. Next play up,
Who's
we've
next?
got Cam Merchant, Married at First Sight.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
All right. Just all
Look,
right.
oh, I mean, he's the only successful marriage to come from Married at First Sight Australia. Oh, well, maybe there were a few before I started watching, but since I started watching in 2019, he's the only one that's had a successful relationship come from Married at First Sight. Lovely. Oh, he cried because other couples were fighting. He not in the vicinity, but he was reflecting on it and burst into tears. He'll be terrific on this show.
Yes, I know. Yes. So what
Sorry,
you're saying is
I
that
can't get over that.
so what you're saying is there's gonna be like a really heated like round table, and then Cam's just gonna be like, "Excuse me, can you just give me a couple of minutes?" And he's just gonna be like, "Ooh,"
Look,
you know.
Look, clearly a lovely, lovely man. He presented himself very well on Married at First Sight.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like he couldn't take the heat of Married at First Sight. So if he couldn't take that heat, I don't know how he's going to do with the psychological warfare that is the Traitors. So bless him. We'll see how he goes. He may be one of those people that's like, which we have seen where they're like, I didn't realize it was going to be like this. I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. So most likely a faithful, you reckon?
I don't see how he could possibly be a traitor. If he could lie really well, people would never suspect him as a traitor. But I don't know, man. He's been on maths and maybe done some presenting here and there otherwise, but
guys, please, let's all just hold hands and talk quietly.
Like he'd get up and he'd make the toast at the dinner parties. Lovely, lovely man. But found it very emotional when other couples were having troubles in maths. So bless him. We'll see how he goes.
Yeah. And I mean, we saw Carolyn last season in the US, right? Where a lot of people, probably even included us, thought that she probably wouldn't be able to handle being a traitor. And she was the star of that season. She was the best traitor.
Hey, I mean, we'll see if he can act well, which we've not seen him need to do. Yeah, no one will suspect him as a traitor. But he'd have to be able to act well. So,
Yeah, let's move on to I'm gonna get this name wrong. Manakai Hopo?
Manaki Hopu? I don't know.
Manaki Hopo? Yeah, I'm trying to wonder if there's like a Māori name or not. I don't think it is.
Yeah. Oh well. Look, I don't. I'm not good with geography, but that sort of Pacific area.
Yeah. But he's from Aussie Shore. I know nothing about it.
I got nothing. He could be great. He could be nothing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Another show I haven't watched.
V pronounced it right. V, like you're amazing. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know because I don't watch Aussie Shore. Yeah, I feel like the same thing.
Me too.
All of us. Yeah. But
no,
hey,
lovely boy.
Good enough. Yeah, it seems really nice. We've got Lawson Mahoney, Made in Bondi. Now,
Lawson Mahoney, got no idea.
Now, when it says Made in Bondi, is that a show or was it conceived in Bondi?
A lot of people were.
Yeah, I bet.
I feel like we've got a lot of the sort of
he's energetic,
pretty boy, sort of sexy shows represented. It's like Made in Chelsea. It's the spin-off of that. So it's another sort of just not reality competition, just reality. Bro, wasn't that show like 10 years ago? 2024 it said, but that's asking my AI robot. So when a AI robot's ever right. Look, we've got a lot of pretty boys, we've got a lot of Love Island people. Please don't bring that sort of energy into this show where it's I never ever on the Traitors want to see anyone hooking up ever.
It was a
Ever.
failed show on Channel 7. I mean, I feel like they'll be crazy, right? For traders, again, with this so much paranoia, it's like, hey, I'm paranoid as fuck.
Rip your shirt off.
Yeah, you want to go to
There's
town?
no hot tub. There is no villa.
No.
And if this turns into Love Island in a mansion, I will stop watching.
Well,
So,
yes, there's no hot tub, there's no spa, there's no villa, but do you know what there is? A really good breakfast. Like a really good omelet, really good scrambled eggs can go away.
My
Honestly,
type of mansion.
like, you can tell how single I am because a really good eggs Benedict would make me go, you know what? Yeah, like New Zealanders love their eggs to the point where, fun fact, I think it was 2011 or something like that. It was when New Zealand was trying to change our flag for like no reason.
Sure.
Yeah, like there's a whole flag competition, right? For what flags should be the new New Zealand flag. And one of them was Explosion, which is just an egg blowing up. And the caption was because New Zealanders like eggs and explosions are cool.
I feel like everyone
in
every country that it has access to and not allergic to eggs likes eggs.
Eggs are great.
I feel like that's not peculiar to New Zealand. I feel like that could be a universal experience.
True.
But hey, you do you.
It's me trying to sound special.
Whatever national identity you're going to cling to.
We're going to cling to eggs,
Eggs. Oh, eggs are great. We love them here.
We've got Chrissy Marsh, the Real Housewives of Sydney.
So I don't know the Australian. I'm very well versed in the world of Real Housewives. I'm not terribly well versed in the Australian world of Real Housewives. So I unfortunately do not know who this is. But again, got to watch out for those housewives, Seems like there'll be a large contingency of sexy young things that they'll need to watch out for, as well as moving as a pack. So you can see the factions sort of settle.
Yeah. We've got 2 MILFs on the show. Yeah, well, I mean, some of these Love Island boys as well, they might need a mummy,
It'd be MILF Island.
MILF Island.
That's a deep cut back from 30 Rock 1,000 years ago. So there you go.
Oh, yeah, MILF Island.
All right, next.
All right, we've got Queen Kong.
Queen Kong, I believe, from Adelaide.
Drag Race. Well. Can I just say, I just love that Queen Kong, because obviously there's King Kong, Queen Kong. I do love that. Yes. King Kong, especially Peter Jackson's King Kong, one of my favorite movies of all time. So who knows? Maybe it's one of my favorite Traitors players of all time.
Originally from New Zealand.
Oh, I do love that.
Moved to Adelaide, so we're both represented. Okay.
Representation, we love it.
I believe they are runner-up in season 2 of Drag Race Down Under. I remember he was incredible, an incredible drag performer, a runner-up, as I said, on RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under, which I did watch, but it was a little while ago now. Yeah, terrific. A little bit, they always seem to need to throw a drag queen into the mix. We had Bob the drag queen and we had Peppermint. So I welcome our drag queen overlords and being added to the Traitors.
Queen Kong, baby. Yeah.
And from Adelaide. Yeah.
And from Adelaide. Yeah. See, we're all about representation here at Mucky Productions, and we finally have our representation here. And,
who doesn't love a drag queen?
Zesty fire in. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Bob. You always got to have that. And Alvin Qua from MasterChef Australia.
MasterChef isn't one I watch, guys.
I watched a few seasons, like, when I was a kid, and it's like, all right, guys, you can have your dinner on the couch, but
we're watching what Mum wants to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was MasterChef. So, ironically, it was Laura, and I think she was on the most recent one, Laura and Sarah. It's like, oh, I remember them from 2013. So, yeah, crazy times. But
well, Ellen approves in chat. Alvin, I loved him. Legend. Well, so if Ellen likes him, chances are we will too.
Like him. And obviously, like the only other MasterChef person I've seen on another TV show is Khan from Australian Survivor. He did Blood vs. Water with his sister. Yeah. And he was one of the few people that season that actually had a personality. So, yeah, like Khan was great. I loved Khan, and I'm very excited to see what Alvin is going to cook up in this mansion, and so yeah,
and
maybe
I
he'll
can
complete
vaguely
eggs.
see this tagline that he commented, "I've cooked under pressure before, but this is a different kind of heat." I love that.
That deserves a like. Actually, I'm going to give that a like. I'm the
Yeah.
19th person to give him a like on that. Great.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that could be very cool. He could be very cool in
Yeah.
this. So yeah, I couldn't tell you much else, but yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Vol. I was really proud of that pun
What
too.
was the pun? I
I
missed it.
said that I can't wait to see what he cooks up in the mansion.
Da, 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 da. Next.
Next, move on. He was
Moving
on
on.
season 2 and All Stars of MasterChef.
There you go.
There's an All-Star MasterChef.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, MasterChef's a whole
yeah,
thing. It's just not been a whole thing that I've followed.
yeah. I always wondered if it was like the challenge where if you want to come back, you can. You just gotta just cook. I don't know. Like, I don't watch enough
I
MasterChef
believe
to
it
know.
is just cooking. I believe
Yeah,
that is all they do is just cook. Was that it? Was he the last one?
yeah. It is the last one. Yeah,
Oh, well, there you go. I feel like it's very Love Island-esque heavy.
yeah. Now, let me
I
see if
have
I can find.
concerns.
I'm pretty sure was it reality TV fan, the absolute legend they are. It's got a full cast photo. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. I'll screen share this. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Yeah, so we've got 4 survivors, 1 big brother. So I have to like really look into it. Like the writing on this is more smaller than V's like tier ranking.
Shut up.
So we've got the Drag Race Down Under, the Love Island, and the Block. We've got the Comedian, Love Island. There's 2 Love Islands, 1 Bachelor, 1 Married First Sight, 2 Australian Idols, Made in Bondi, John Farnham's son, some Housewives and Bachelors. So we've got a couple Bachelors. We've got a lot of different love shows, but
if we've got the sexy love people, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sexy love people. 4 survivors. And then you've got these one of a kinds. You've got your Big Brother, you've got your RuPaul's Drag Race, you've got your comedian, you've got your Australian Idol, you've got your Australian Idol presenter, and then you've got your Nepo baby.
Yeah.
On MasterChef. And so, wait a minute. I may have lumped in another Real Housewife in with the sexy hot people, sexy love people. So who was it? It was Gamble and was it Chrissy? No.
So yes? Rachel and Claudia, Love Island with Alex, and Kira as part of the the Bachelor. Chrissy and Gamble, Real Housewife.
Okay.
They have Lawson, Made in Bondi, Cam Married at First Sight, and Manukau, Aussie Shore.
But so 9 sexy love people.
Yeah.
We've got a majority alliance of sexy love people, which concerns me.
But do you think that they're actually going to like work together off the bat? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've seen that in other US traders. It's like, does the love group? I feel like they get kicked off so quickly because they are the easy murders at the start. You know,
it's just scary of what they could achieve if they organize. You know, that's the problem. You've got to worry about these people. If they realize that they could run the game, who knows what could happen?
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like there's a reason why there aren't any gamers. You get what I mean? It's because they can't organize, you know, especially with amazing players like Kirby. I mean, I can maybe see like Henry and AJ trying to like, you know, rally up these people, even maybe like Tully as well, trying to rally up a lot of these people as like numbers, especially to take out the other gamers. But
well, there are only 5. These 5 at the top are the only competitive gamers in the entire cast. The Queen is talent. Alvin would be, I'd classify as talent. Cosmo would be talent. Like they've not needed to be strategic. Only 5 you would say have been strategic on screen before. And even Tully, her first one, she wasn't. It was still the let's watch people have sex in the Big Brother house. So
yeah. No,
it's interesting as well, because that, to me, like, you know, look, you never know what sort of strategy these people will cook up, but that concerns me in terms of how enjoyable the season's going to be if we only have 5 people that think strategically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, yes, there's only 5 people that think strategically, but from what we've kind of discussed with all the players, like they're going to make great TV.
Yes, they will.
You know what I mean? And they're all very like aware players as well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Kirby might just take out the other Survivor players because why not? You know what I mean? Like, she did it with David. Like, I'll just take him out just because I can. But we've also seen from Kirby, she wants to play with the best, which was Ferris, which was Parvati. And, you know, they haven't quite worked out for her in the long run. But, like, you know, that's the kind of stuff she wants to do. So I can see Kirby and the Survivor players and Tully as well, maybe making like a small alliance. Just be like, hey, let's just look out for each other for now. You know, let's murder or take us under the cannon fodder along the way. Because, otherwise, if all the gamers start to go early, similar with how Luke went out halfway during season 2, it was just like a steamroll for Sam Blake and Camille all the way to the very end. And so, yeah, I don't see that happening. There's all very smart game players from what I know, but I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. It could be a dud, but I feel like right now we do have the capability for it to be interesting, especially with like, you know, people like Josh and Luke, for example, you know, like Reese as well, being a comedian.
Well, I mean, Reese is just going to be wonderful. Like, I think you get Queen and Reese are just going to be flamboyant and fun and sparkly and, you know.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to have
the theatrics of it, Cam crying. Yeah. The theatrics of it are going to be there. I mean, looking at this cast, I'm thinking we've got a Kirby win. I can't, you know, if you were looking at this cast, who is the best strategic game player? Kirby. You know, clearly.
I'll say don't sleep on Henry and AJ. I feel like Henry,
no, of course,
because it's been so long since he last played, and since he went out so early in All Stars, people might actually forget him.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? Yeah, and so you might actually people might forget about what Henry is all about. AJ is super recent; that might be part of his downfall. When the redemption season, you know, came out, like that theme idea came out, I did think, wow, it's maybe AJ on that season, you know, playing like back to back, which if he was, I would have been really concerned for him because of how he played. Brains versus Brawn, the editing guy, he might be taken out like really early if he did Survivor again. So
yeah. I think on that as well, looking at this cast, I don't think we have any danger of anyone else going, oh, Kirby's a huge threat, we've got to get them out first. This group of people to me doesn't read like they know what Kirby, Shane, Henry, and AJ are actually capable of.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Kirby just because she's been like the biggest star in the last 2 seasons across the last 2 years. And so
I don't see this as a group that watches Survivor, to be honest.
I mean, it's similar to like a Boss Rob or a Tony in the American one, right? Where it's like,
see, I don't think there's going to,
like, if they didn't know Tony from a Survivor game, they just know him as he won twice. It's like, oh, well, let's just think about Tony because he won twice.
Yeah. But there was a lot more suspicion, whereas I don't know. Look, I am less excited now that we have 9 sexy love people. Out of what? Oh no, they're not the most, but 6, 12, 18, 22. 9 out of 22. Okay, so it's not a majority, but yeah, I'm worried about that. But we've got you, Grettles. We've got a good Survivor cohort. We've got Tully. Tully will be vicious, which is great. We've got, you know, callback with Dicko. How many chaotic, how many chill?
How many chill? Yes. So I do think the cast was 70% chaotic or 30% chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it'll be at least entertaining. Australia does know how to make entertaining TV even out of
Yes.
nothing, and so as
It
long
may
as we
just
do have our players like Kirby, Henrys, AJs, and Tullys in, we should be getting some good strategic gameplay as well.
It may just be like when you get your friends around to play a board game and they don't know how to play it, but you kind of have fun anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you heard about this game? There's a video game called
Yes.
Among Us.
Yes. Yes.
We should do that sometime. How
We
great would that be?
should.
Productions plays Among Us. We'll get everyone on board. Even
Yeah.
Sam. What would Sam be?
Yeah.
I mean, he's blind. He might not know. Like, yeah.
He'll find a way.
Yeah, he'll find a way. That's one thing I know about Sam. He always finds a way. He's
Always finds a way.
an absolute legend. And just a couple comments here. I do want to read out one here from Alan giving us a cheeky tease. Can't wait to see what you both think of what Bo's wearing in the detour tonight.
Find out on Wednesday. Find out on Wednesday, everyone.
Right, now let's not judge books by a cover.
But my sexy love people.
Yeah, and you need some gameplay and smarts. Too many numpties, and it's a shit show. Exactly. And
I'm calling it now. Too many numpties, but
I'm pretty hopeful for this one. Like, I can see where you're coming from, and there's part of me that's definitely worried. But it's Kirby.
It's
you get what I mean? Kirby's going to make it work. Henry's going to do something massive.
But if Kirby gets murdered in the first round, murdered,
I would probably kill myself. Yeah. It would actually be so devastating. If Kirby's actually murdered, like not even voted out, murdered on the first one, that would, yeah.
That's the thing. I put to you in chat, like Voltonator has just said, everyone who loves strategic competitive reality TV, would you watch this cast without Kirby?
I mean, I still would. I think Traitors is one of those few shows where it's just so interesting. You get what I mean? Like, what makes a bad season of Traitors? You get what I mean? Because it's not like Survivor. Yeah, because it's not like Survivor, right? Where it's like you have one alliance completely dominating the whole thing. Like, we potentially almost had that in Traitors New Zealand season 2, where a member of the glorious Pacific Ring of Fire, which is such a cool name for an alliance, was selected as a traitor, and it was the smartest move for him to stay with that. But he's like, well, no, because my boys are gonna figure me out. You get what I mean? So he has to like turn on them straight away. He murders one, they try to fight out another, and it's like you can never make like a game of Traitors super boring. Same thing with Among Us, Werewolf, Mafia, and stuff. Like, even with your friends, like, it can never be boring because it's always when a really good player gets randomly eliminated by stupid players, annoys me.
Put to you this
same thing with same thing with you on $1 Million Island Day Vault. Yeah, no, that was a devastating edit that you didn't really get anything, and then all you got was just James, just saying your own name. That was devastating. I'd give it a go, but you need strategy. Otherwise, go on Love Island Maths. The game is a strategy game. If 75% of these people just chat and do dumb shit, then the show will die very quickly. Yeah, and Mucky wants to
always
always down for a fight. All right, we've already read that one out.
Yeah.
And Mucky, I have a playlist of my days as a streamer, and I love Among Us. I used to do it with the boys like way back when.
COVID times. Played it all COVID the time.
Times. Maybe we should do that, V. And maybe, if you're still in the chat watching, like Alan Volt, let us know. Would you guys ever want to do like Mucky Productions versus fans kind of thing? Because it's an easy game to set up. You know what I mean? We could get some of you guys in and stuff. It's the Vault skin. I mean, pretty much sold. If the Vault skin on anything, then we got to do it, V. He's amazing.
Yeah.
With you?
No, just with you and some of your closest friends, TJ.
Yeah. No, but with V, Drew, Richard, Michelle. How good would Michelle be? That'd be so funny. No thanks. Wow.
Thanks, man. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.
No, I think that could be a cool idea. Maybe that's something we've got to look at.
Maybe that will be the cheeky, naughty times that we always tease at the end of each live.
Maybe the 1 year anniversary, because that's coming up soon, V.
It is coming up soon. February.
February. Wait, no, isn't it end of January?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to scroll all the way back, But
which is the same thing by a day or two,
Yeah, exactly. I feel like even though it's only been like less than a year, it feels so long. It's like almost in a marriage. I mean, you'd probably be able to relate to it. It's like, is that anniversary? Oh, yeah.
No, I've missed the last like 10 anniversaries, so I can't. I don't remember anymore.
But yeah, if you're new to the channel though, smash that subscribe button. Subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times. What have you been up to, V? Anything cheeky and or naughty?
No.
No.
Just watching The Amazing Race on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Watch Michelle Mucky, if he dares to join us. LJ and myself talk about that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, and I'm just, school holidays ends tomorrow, and that's where I'm at as a human being.
Yeah, you've got one more night, and then the nightmare is finally over. But yeah, make sure you tune in Wednesday nights for The Amazing Race. V is doing a phenomenal job. All the podcasts I've seen and been a part of, I've loved every single second of it.
It's a good show.
Fridays we have the American Survivor podcast.
Oh, of course, yes.
You run that as well, V. Like
I do. Well, no. Drew runs it. I set up the streaming for him. It's been really great. It's always great to sit down and get Coach Drew's perspective on US Survivor. Podcasting with Jake again has been fabulous. So we really get into the nitty gritty of it. So if you're a US Survivor fan, make sure you check it out. 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 9:30 Eastern Time in America. I don't know. I lose track. But yeah,
it's
that's
like
what we got going on.
around 2 p.m. in New Zealand, in case if anyone cares. But
anyone cares,
But no one really does this in New Zealand. But also Halloween is coming up. Have you got any special plans for Halloween?
Just trying to avoid eye contact with children who come to my door. I leave the lollies out on the step and be like, you do what you need to do. I do not need to engage. But I hear you've got big plans.
We do have big plans. Ironically, literally in like half an hour from now, Kahuna and I will be recording a live reaction to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's taken me years to drag him on to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, but I'm going to make a super cut. It'll be released sometime next week of Kahuna reacting to not only just one, but two, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1 and 2. We'll hear all of his great takes, his amazing reactions. I can't wait to see what he has to say about these movies, which then we'll be doing another one about Peter Pan, Neverland of Nightmares, and Bambi the Reckoning, which then after all of that, if you want even more, Drew, Nathan, Kahuna, and I will be getting together to talk about the franchise as a whole, what there could be in the future of these kind of movies. Like, is it a hit? Is it a miss? And yeah, that'll be our Halloween special movie. Woo! Exciting stuff. So make sure you subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times. I've been your host, Mucky Hope. Ka kite anō. We'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.